So I've had quite a few messages since I've started this program of people saying, deadlift every day, what a stupid idea. This is a silly way to train. You're going to get injured. You're going to build up too much systemic fatigue. You're never going to make any progress and all this kind of stuff. And I get the point. I understand it. I'm not a total moron. I do understand that, but obviously they just see the title Deadlift Every Day and they think, they think I'm hammering it every day. But if you think about it, my deadlift max is 250 kilos. So 200 kilo is 80% of my max. 180 kilo is just under 75% of my max. Now, practically every day, that's what I do. I work up to a single rep at either 180 or 200 kilos. Once a week, I did used to go up to 220 or 500 pounds, which is about 92% of my max. That's when I was doing conditioning, so I was fresher, I wasn't doing any weights. And earlier on in the program, when I was just hammering strength training, I wasn't doing any higher reps. But since I started this hypertrophy phase 3 weeks ago, I realised that was too much. So like I said, I just kept it at a single rep, top single, 180 or 200 kilos. Now, if you work that out as a weekly volume, that's 7 reps between 75 and 80%. I also always hit a rep at 160 on the way up. That's just an extra rep of volume, and that's like just under 70%. So over the course of a week, 7 reps at 75, 80% and 7 reps at just under 70%. That is not a lot of volume. That is not a lot of intensity, and it's not hard to recover from. In fact, it's even more. You can manage fatigue even more doing that because I'm spreading it out over the full week. So, that's very sustainable. I might not make much progress in the deadlift, but I am maintaining it. Maybe making slight progress, but I am practicing the lift every day. I'm getting these constant touches of the deadlift. Now, when I started the program, that was the idea. The idea wasn't to focus on the deadlift. In fact, that was like the afterthought. The idea was to maintain the deadlift with daily singles whilst focusing on all the other aspects of training. So focusing on the squat, focusing on the OHP, focusing for 12 weeks on conditioning. So yeah, it's like I said, I've always said it's putting the deadlift in the slow cooker. So like I said, people, they just automatically jump to conclusions when they see deadlift every day. But I am managing the fatigue much better doing it this way, rather than doing one big deadlift session a week. Say doing 15 reps at over 80% on one day, then back off weight RDLs, rack pulls and everything. And then for the next 2 or 3 days, you're rooming. You can't do much training. So in my opinion, my very humble opinion, this is a better way to go about the deadlift whilst doing all my other kind of training. And one of the main things people say is progress. You're not going to progress. Now, yeah, fair enough, but what if progressing isn't a priority? Because, it really isn't. I strength train because I like it. I know it's going to be good for my health. I know it's going to be good for me as I age, to have a strong body. But it makes no difference to me if I can deadlift 200 kilos or 280 kilos. It's not going to change my life. It's not going to make me live longer. It's not going to make me healthier. Now, obviously, strength is a big thing for longevity, for your health, but there's got to be a point of diminishing returns with that. I'm in no way are people who deadlift 800, 900 pounds. I don't see how they can be healthy because they're either very, very heavy or they're slamming a shit ton of PEDs down them. Not just a bit of test, loads of harsh gear. Maybe they're genetic freaks and they can lift that at a healthy weight, but that's not me. So yeah, as well, I enjoy training. I do this because I love training. It's not just physical for me, it's a mental thing. It's the best mood enhancing thing I can do with my life is to train. And I look forward to that training session every single day. Now, if you were to do a standard training protocol, if I wanted to progress so much, I wouldn't train like this. If you were to do a proper strength training program, that probably had you deadlifting once a week, squatting twice a week, and pressing 3 times a week, yeah, maybe I've met my gains. Maybe I put 10, 20 kilo on my squat, or 10, 20 kilo on my deadlift. But I'm only training 3 times a week. So what do I do on them other 4 days? And you'll say, well, yeah, that's when you rest and recover. But I don't want to spend 4 days sat on my ass doing nothing. And I know rest and recovery is important. Yeah, I know that. I'm not stupid. But to lower my training volume by over 50% just to hit a bigger number, for me, is not a compromise that's worthwhile. Now, I know this isn't how most people look at strength training, but I'm 44 now. I'm not a competitive powerlifter. I have no desire really to chase numbers. Don't get me wrong. The aim is to progress. You know, the aim is to get a bit of a better, hit a bigger deadlift at the end of this. Maybe 260, maybe 255, whatever. Or hit a better squat. Eventually maybe get to 100 kilo overhead press. But if it comes, it comes. I'm not willing to sacrifice my enjoyment of training just to hit bigger numbers. So yeah, that's how it is. So a good session today. I'm absolutely done in off that. 3 sets of 12 on the squat, 3 sets of 12 on the trap bar deadlift. Big session, that. Legs are on fire. Really enjoyable session though. These trap bars, deadlifts with the squat shoes on, absolutely smashed the teardrop muscle on the quads. So yeah, happy with that session.